Missing my daughter's first steps over racing. I choose racing, eh?
We're taking the best gamers in South Africa and we're turning one into a race driver.
I would do absolutely anything to be able to become an actual racing driver.
It's not a game anymore for the simple reason you're putting your life on the line.
Everything that's happened in my life actually happened for a reason, and it got me to this point.
One gamer will get a professional racing contract. That's what they're actually fighting for.
I can win this. I mean, that's what this whole project's all about, right?
The fastest GT gamers in South Africa have been invited to race camp in Silverstone to discover if they have the skills to race for real. Only one will win a professional racing contract and compete in international meets all over the world.
I think that I really do stand a chance to win GT Academy, so if I don't win, the guy that's going to win, he's got to have to bring something very special.
Although I have a lot of gaming experience, I've got pretty much zero on the track.
The conventional way of doing motorsport is getting in from a young age, going through the karting, getting to the formulas or into sports cars, having a lot of money backing you.
This is the only opportunity I'll ever have to become a professional racing driver. If you don't have sponsors or anyone is willing to invest in you, you're not going to get anywhere.
Getting an opportunity like this is nuts. That's the best way to describe it. It's unreal.
Today we're going to have to eliminate one contestant.
Yesterday, JW was the first gamer to leave the academy.
Sorry, dude.
I wasn't expecting to go out that early. There was a very tough crowd to go and beat. To fall out on the first day is devastating.
There are now 6 remaining gamers still in the running to become a professional racing driver. British endurance race specialist Rob Barth and IndyCar 500 racer Thomas Scheckter head up the academy judging panel.
He threw it off in the biggest possible way, but he's got great attitude. He's got more to give us in GT Academy, I think.
And that's the sort of determination we're looking for.
Yeah.
On hand to assist them are a team of motor racing specialists who will feed back on how the gamers are developing.
Every time he went for the brake, he would dip the clutch at the same time and coast. It was like doing a 35-yard handbrake turn into every corner. I was terrified.
Is he going to win GT Academy? No, I don't think he is.
Today, one more gamer will leave the academy. The academy tests the gamers in both mental and physical disciplines, on and off the track. Today, their morning starts with a fitness session from performance director Simon Fitchett.
Oh, nearly! Look at that.
The guys will be doing a speed agility circuit. What's important is to try and implement as many of the components as training for a racing driver as possible.
Precision, not hitting one at the
One of the needs that a driver has is reaction time, and this type of circuit helps increase the speed and response to their reaction time. It's engaging them all mentally as well, and all this is very, very important in driving.
Simon has worked in F1 with the likes of Sergio Perez and David Coulthard. He knows all about both the physical and mental side needed to race professionally.
With this type of circuit, it's using a lot of explosive power. It's using a lot of the fast twitch muscle fibers. They will fatigue quickly. That's what the training is for. It's when they get tired, it will help them to not lose that focus, not lose that precision, because that's essential in racing driving.
Well done, Hercules, that's good.
Hercules is physically the fittest competitor and also won yesterday's karting event. He's currently top of the judges' pile. Louis and Robin were in the bottom 3 and narrowly escaped elimination.
A new mindset for today. take it as it comes. I'll obviously try and do my best in every activity. Make them believe this guy deserves to go a bit further. So that's my job today.
Speed, dig deep.
Looking at the evictions last night, I managed to catch his face as JW was announced, and his face was a picture. You could see it, sort of the reality set in, like, I was in the bottom 3 then. I could be the next person to go. And he's come out this morning like a man possessed, which is interesting to see.
Robin is now determined to prove he's worth his place at the academy. But Simon has noticed that he may be trying too hard.
His agility was good, although towards the end you could see how desperate he was to beat Hercules. That's why I put them together. He made a couple of mistakes in the desire to win, but if he can work on those mistakes when trying to win and get consistency, then he can do himself some justice in this competition. And I think now, looking at this, we're going to see him go hell for leather.
The gamer's first challenge has been put on hold by some, well, interesting British weather. So Rob and Thomas take the opportunity to get to know the guys a little better.
You're down to the final 6. Is it what you're expecting?
Simply, it's way more than what you can expect. So much better.
I came in this competition without any experience on the track, so I'm not going to beat myself up if I get knocked out. So.
Yeah.
Come from a racing family. My dad's been into it for years, and they're saying once in a lifetime opportunity. You gotta do this.
And you say your kid's 7 months?
7 months.
7 months. Is that going to be tough on you? Have you thought about that as well?
I've thought about that, especially, like you said, the 7 months thing. I mean, she's going to be maybe crawling, walking, talking soon, saying my name. So I'm looking at
After
this.
yesterday's events, it seems that one gamer in particular is on everybody's radar.
So obviously Hercules is the top guy, he's the guy to beat.
He's fast and he's you know, he keeps everything together.
Why'd you say that?
He's good in the car, he's a hard worker, he's determined, so.
Hercules ranked first and second in yesterday's challenges, and his physical fitness is close to that of a pro driver.
This could be a GT Academy record here. Come on, Hercules, keep going. T5. Make it look easy as well.
Inspirations in my life are 2 of my best friends and my brother. My brother, Dwayne, he's actually, he puts everything on hold for me, and he's basically, whenever I need him, he's available. We do everything together. The training that I did for GT Academy, we're doing that together. So when he's not working, he's doing a lot of things with me. So I want to do this for me, but also for them. Just to make sure that everything we did together paid off.
Hercules, you're doing really well. How are you finding it?
This is what I want to do. If you ask me, if money was not an option, what would you do? And my answer every single time would be to race.
Okay guys, stand by, everyone out on track, ready, give us a call please.
Guys, as you can see for this next challenge, we've got 2 GTRs. The black one's got a paintball gun.
And if you're not quick enough, this is going to happen.
We'll give you a 50-metre head start and a maximum of 3 laps. Remember, push as hard as you can.
The challenge will take place on the Stowe circuit. Their aim is to lap as many times as possible without getting shot. They'll start 50 metres in front of the instructor chase car, containing a trigger-happy Thomas.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed emotion, I think. Quite nervous because I know they know the track, they know the cars a lot better than us, so we'll see.
The snow has cleared enough to drive, and Robin is the first gamer to go.
How are we feeling? Are we feeling like a winner?
Yeah, I'm feeling excited.
Good. So you know what we're doing? We've got 3 laps to survive, yeah?
No.
You survive 3 laps, you've won. I guarantee you that, all right?
Can I have one shot at it? Yeah. We'll get it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
After being in yesterday's bottom 3, he has something to prove, and track conditions are particularly challenging.
Slippery, huh?
The pro driver probably took 30 metres out of him under braking, and I think he's going to get hit very soon.
He's taken out at the first chicane.
So far, one of the most exciting challenges I've had, eh? I sort of swerved on the back straight left and right. As I'm entering, pop, I heard the shot. And he says, right, mate, back to the pits.
Dude, are you still firing at him?
Yep.
It takes years of training to become a professional racing driver, but now the fastest gamers in South Africa will see if their virtual skills can cut it on the track. They've been invited to the GT Academy, and at the end of an intensive week of training, one will race pro.
JW, I'm sorry, you're not our guy.
The first gamer has already packed his bags, and at the end of today, another will join him on the flight home. The gamers are on Silverstone's Stowe circuit in a simulated chase car situation. They're being hunted down by a pro driver and Judge Thomas, who are in a black GTR, mounted with a paintball gun. The aim of the challenge is to stay out on the circuit for as long as possible without getting shot.
But that was not a bad effort there, to be honest. They're pretty quick, and they are pretty quick.
Gerard gets picked off after just half a lap.
Again, however,
Ashley suffers a similar fate on the same corner and loses control.
Oh, he's properly off. Dude, are you still firing at him?
Yep.
But Thomas is showing no mercy with his trigger finger.
Okay, yep, hit, safety for better.
Dude, you kept shooting whilst he was off the circuit, yeah?
That's what I do.
The gamers are struggling to get past the first chicane. They need to be more adventurous with their choice of lines.
You're trigger happy.
Rally driving is perfect training for this kind of exercise. In good conditions, on a surface with high grip levels, the driver will want to clip the apex, giving them the best possible exit. Whereas a rally driver will compromise his racing line dependent on the level of grip that exists at a particular part of the track. This is something that the gamers will need to do to avoid getting shot.
Are we ready? Let's use this outlap because it's slippery.
The youngest driver, Jonathan, is up next.
All right, cool.
Jonathan takes the instructor's advice and gets the most from his outlap.
On it. There you go.
He's the only man who's driven the outlap with any sort of conviction.
Yeah.
Jonathan arrived at the academy as one of the quieter characters.
With that type of character, there's always that side of always be careful of the quiet one.
But now, he seems to be coming out of his shell.
Honestly speaking, I'm not worried about anything. I've come here with the mindset to have fun, and that's what I'll do. And if I do well, that's like my dream come true, so. I think I would be the perfect candidate for this kind of project because although I have a lot of gaming experience, I've got pretty much zero on the track, you know. I haven't really had the opportunity to drive any of these nice cars or even do track days. So I think this opportunity will be a real test to see if it can be done. I'm not hoping that there won't be pit goals, but I think it'll be better if there isn't, in terms of, you know, not losing our concentration levels and what the task at hand is. Who does not love beautiful women? I mean, it's distracting, isn't it?
3, 2, 1, go.
Come on!
Jonathan is the first competitor to get past one lap, and it doesn't look like he's finished there.
You hear the gun going off?
Still nothing on the radio.
Jonathan is using the whole of the circuit and using different lines to avoid getting shot.
Yeah, it is. It is coming out. It's just like get him. I'm shooting. Yeah, but it's shooting that way. Oh, we get him in the chicane. Right, you got him now. You got him. Go get him. That's it.
Hey, well done. That was fantastic. Best by mile.
2.5.
The combination of good driving and bad shooting.
It's a tough act to follow, but next up is the #1 competitor, Hercules. He's ranked in the top 2 for every challenge so far.
New chicane down the back right.
Yeah, he's hitting
cones too. So it's going to be a time.
But he immediately hits trouble in the first chicane.
He's off.
Never mind.
Hit the cone, lost mental focus.
Absolutely.
Ran wide, west, game over.
We almost lost the GTR there.
Yeah.
It's a below-par performance for the favourite, and Louis is the last gamer to go. Despite struggling in previous challenges, Louis manages nearly a full lap around the circuit before getting taken out. He takes a well-earned second place overall, with Jonathan winning the challenge by a distance. But Hercules is in an out-of-character last place.
What a great activity.
Fantastic.
That was mega, wasn't it?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Talk us through it. How was it from where you were sitting?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, obviously it was fun to go ahead and shoot them with a paintball gun on a GTR, but you could really see how the car was moving and where they were braking and what lines they were using, and you also saw a lot of pressure get to a lot of the guys.
I tell you what, we've got a clear favourite for the first time.
Yeah.
And only a couple of hours ago in the interviews where they're like, oh, Hercules is probably the favourite, Hercules is probably, oh, I've got my own Hercules. Not anymore, they won't have. It's little quiet Jonathan.
He was very calm in the car and his first time out, and again, a pressure situation. He didn't overcook it, he always had it in control.
Would you agree as well that we've seen a chink in Hercules' armour?
When he clipped the cone, he must have taken his mind off the job, ran into West too quick, and game over. This is really, for me, spread the field out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's made our job even easier, or a little bit more obvious, let's say, when it comes to seeing who's excelling and who, more importantly, when it comes to the next eviction, who's falling away.
The gamers are in the Stowe pits for the last challenge of the day. As professional drivers, a steep learning curve is essential. In this session, the gamers are being tested by how well they can apply information to improve their lap times.
This session's all about how they can learn. So they do 2 drives. The first drive, they record a load of information. We then come in, we analyse it. They then go again, and we look for a significant improvement between the 2.
Well held. It's just a little bit damping in the braking area there, isn't it? Yeah. So but keep it going, it's fine.
Just a little bit quicker. See, it just feels painfully slow then, doesn't it?
they have access to high-tech driver analysis equipment used by pro race teams. The aim is to use this equipment to try to improve their performance.
It's interesting looking at the data we're collecting here. Some of the guys are getting it and improving, and others are still making pretty fundamental errors.
Wide, then stay tight all the way around and then accelerate. I'm feeling more confident now going out second time because I know where my mistakes are and I know what to work on now to improve it.
We're now getting to the apex. We're starting to increase the speed already, aren't we?
Basically, I need to improve on what I just did. So if I'm going to make mistakes and take it a step back, they're immediately going to know that I didn't listen and I'm taking chances. So I'm going to take the instruction and take this data. Obviously, I like analyzing things, so this is what I do best.
Basically, this will be my fastest lap compared to his.
It is your fastest lap.
Robin here, he's lost the best part of 2 seconds on the last half of the lap just by being on the wrong bit of tarmac. You can't make that kind of error at this stage in the competition.
It's 7 miles an hour at 30 to 40 miles an hour.
He is over-analysing the information. He's looking at the details too finely, and he's missing the bigger picture.
And Robin isn't the only one struggling. Front-runner Hercules is also having problems.
Yeah, second.
We saw an improvement of 0.8 of a second from Hercules. He got down to a 68.11. We saw an improvement of almost 2 seconds from Jonathan, and he got down to a 64.5. There's almost 3.5 seconds difference between them on a lap time of around a minute. That's massive.
You were fast when the circuit was dry, but in the wet areas you brought it back a little bit, and it was also much better. So.
Currently I'm 4 seconds off Jonathan, which I feel is my biggest competitor, but I'm also at the moment lost in the group in terms of speed. So it's a lot of things to think about.
At the time when Hercules is still doing low 68s, Jonathan did a 64.5. At the time when Robin is doing 66.5, Louis got 2 seconds quicker. 2 seconds quicker.
Okay, that was good. Much, much better. Yeah, you feel that you're carrying so much more speed, leaning on the car more now, and yeah.
Louis has gone from being in yesterday's bottom 3 to being the driver that has seen the most improvement in this challenge.
Yes, yeah. But remember,
how did you find it in the car on that second run? Because looking at the data, it's almost as if it's from 2 different drivers.
Yeah, it's completely different. I felt a lot faster in the car and I feel like I'm carrying more speed through the corners.
You can feel the car is kind of happier, more proactive underneath you. And
like I'm in control of the car now and not following what the car is doing.
With the Academy reaching the end of day 2, Robin Thomas must now decide who will be next to leave.
If you look at the times between our top 3, a 64.42, 64.45 and a 64.52, there's exactly a 1/10 of a second split in the top 3, and he's miles away.
Really, he's sort of been an underdog, and coming into today, I really put him in the bottom 2 or 3, and for him to put in a lap time like that, and as big a jump as he did, he's obviously definitely a coachable driver.
Robin's struggling for me.
Yep.
Again, just a small time improvement really between his 2 runs, and he's still over-analysing. I'm so worried for Robin that he's analysing the details of everything but missing the bigger picture. Sorry, we're feeling up fast enough. Go and get your stuff, it's over.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well done, guys. That was the best I could give. I couldn't have given any more.
Hercules was our early leader, but he's now our slowest driver by quite some margin.
Yeah, and it's, what is it, 3-4 seconds he's off, and you can't be 3 or 4 seconds slower.
No.
it's obviously about being fast, and today I wasn't fast.
At the end of the day, the stopwatch doesn't lie, and Hercules just seems to be off pace.
Basically, I'm basically going to take what I've learned here, rethink it, apply it to the rest of my life.
It is Robin. Oh, big lock up. Big. Robin.
Turn! Oh, he's hit the tyres!
How did you get it to that stage? Something didn't break.